The next item of business today is a members' business debate on motion number 4971 in the name of Drew Smith on work not play. This debate will be concluded without any questions being put. Could I ask those members who wish to speak in the debate to please press the request to speak buttons now? And could I ask members who are leaving the chamber to do so quietly and guests who are leaving the gallery to also do so quietly? Thank you very much. I call on Drew Smith to open the debate. 7 minutes, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, and can I thank all of those members who have supported this motion for the opportunity to have it debated in the Scottish Parliament today. And can particularly also thank my colleague Patricia Ferguson for her support on this issue, and I'm aware that she can't take part in the debate. She's on parliamentary business at the Committee of the Regions. Can I refer you, Presiding Officer, and other members to my register of interests, not as a performing artist, but as a past member of the SDC General Council, to which the MU, the Musicians' Union, is affiliated. The trade union movement has and continues to shape my politics, and can I take the opportunity at the beginning of this debate to congratulate the MU for all that they do to represent musicians, to support a successful music industry, and to remind us that all musicians, or that musicians are workers too. And can I also, Presiding Officer, welcome Rab Noakes, a member of the MU Executive Committee, Fraser Spears and Bill Martin, members of the Regional Committee, and Jen Hunter, the MU's Regional Officer, to the Visitors' Gallery. Music enriches our lives as listeners and spectators. Those of us who can play or who have had the opportunity to learn are enriched, and in common with amateurs, many professional and semi-professionals musicians love making music. However, for most, the job of being a musician is unlikely to enrich them in monetary terms. The MU's excellent publication, The Working Musician, is the culmination of a major research project which was commissioned by the MU last year. In this document, we have brought together some sobering statistics about the reality of life for the jobbing musician, which I want to use this debate to share with Parliament and with the public at large. More than half of the musicians surveyed in this project, 56%, earn less than £20,000 a year. Almost two-thirds of working musicians are not regularly able to contribute to a pension scheme. 60% of musicians report that they have worked for free in the last 12 months. The evidence detailed in The Working Musician is the result of a survey of more than 2,000 workers and in-depth interviews with both musicians and industry insiders. Most working musicians are multi-skilled. 4 out of 5 have been performing for more than 5 years. Two-thirds have invested 4 or more years in learning their craft through formal training and education, and 40% hold a degree in music. Other self-employed workers face similar challenges, but the situation for musicians is of a different scale. I mentioned pension contributions a moment ago, and can I return to that? At present, 1 in 5 of all workers are without pension provision. 1 in 3 self-employed workers don't have a pension. But for musicians, the figure is only 35% paying into a pension. The MU undertook this piece of research because they suspected the scale of the problem amongst their membership. But they were also prompted by the explosion in the number of musicians reporting an expectation of working for free during the London Olympics. The legacy of the Cultural Olympiad should not be impoverished music makers. And I would ask the Minister, or the Cabinet Secretary, I apologise, to think about how this issue can be specifically considered as we prepare for Glasgow 2014. Nearly all of us love music. I enjoy gigs, music festivals, and some colleagues might be surprised to hear even the odd orchestral performance in opera when I can. We all have different favourite bands, different pubs that we go to hear music, clubs, companies that we support. So why is it that we all value music, but we fail to value musicians? The UK and Scottish music industries are extremely successful. Money is made, but does not always go to those who make music. UK music exports amount to £17 billion a year. The UK, alongside Sweden and the United States, is one of only 3 countries in the world which are net exporters of music. Half of all album sales in the UK are recorded by British artists. The British music market is the 3rd largest in the world, and 10% of all the recorded music sold in the world is British. British orchestras play to UK audiences of 4.18 million. They toured in 39 different countries, performed 457 concerts, and generated an income of nearly £150 million. Britain loves music, Scotland loves music. One of the reasons I ended up in my city of Glasgow was because of our live music scene. We are recognised as one of the world's foremost musical places, including even by UNESCO. As Celtic Connections continues in Glasgow this week, so does the rock, pop and indie scene. Glasgow's music scene is legendary, and it stretches across the whole spectrum from contemporary and classical to Celtic and country. Its venues are equally varied, and the city hosts an average of 130 music events each week. That's more than any other place in Scotland. Yet many gigging artists, session musicians, orchestra players, music arrangers and teachers are told by promoters in the industry and by others, "I've got a great gig for you, lots of exposure, a great support slot, but sorry, no pay." The industry itself has a lot to answer for. Polly McNeill, my former Labour colleague, was closely involved with musicians and promoters in efforts to empower artists and to improve their working conditions. However, outside of the industry, there are problems too. Charities are some of the worst offenders. "It's for a good cause" is a statement musicians will often hear. Most of us will have attended events, possibly paying a ticket price, where the sound person is paid, the bar staff is paid, the venue is hired, but the musicians are told, "We don't have a budget for music." Fraser Spears, who is in the gallery today, has said, "The problem occurs when a charity event approaches asking for a band to play just for half an hour, maybe an hour at most. No fee is available. Often I have financed a 4-piece band only to discover that the PA company, sound crew, lighting rig and guest speaker have all been engaged at their regular commercial rate." Now, Presiding Officer, there is nothing wrong with musicians who want to donate to a cause doing so. But it should be just that, a donation, not an expectation. Every time a musician gigs for free, the likelihood of others being asked to do so increases. Every time someone has to give up music as a job, every one of us who loves music misses out. Musicians, just like other workers, are facing tough times. Their income is threatened by illegally downloaded music, which means they are having to rely on live performance fees more and more. Making music can be a career. It isn't just a hobby. They are professionals like any other and should be recognised as such. I don't have much more time available to me in this short debate this afternoon, Presiding Officer, but can I make an appeal to the Scottish Government to ensure specifically that wherever music is part of an event that the Government is involved in supporting, work is not play and work should be paid?
Thank you. I now call Richard Lyle to be followed by Ruth Davison.